Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Thursday, July 27th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you are someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. First off, a couple quick clarifications. Number one, the price you see over here will be changing, and the candlestick you see right there will be moving around. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time, but I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. And then second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one here, NIO, been tracking this one very routinely and will continue to track it as long as this, very, very powerful uptrend occurs, higher highs and higher lows. And once again, have yourselves a good solid bullish pattern. So I realize I'm kind of repeating myself for those of you that have watched past videos, but it's a good problem to have when this thing just has a bullish pattern and then breaks that pattern and then makes another bullish pattern and then breaks that pattern and has another one, which is what we have here. So going to go ahead and get this in place. This should all sound very familiar if you've watched past videos, but there's our area of resistance. There is our area of support. And let me change that to green to represent more so the support part of the pattern, and then make it easier to see. Let's keep it all now one color. So we have our resistance, we have our support, we have the big explosive move right there. For you golfers out there, make it a little bit more visual for you. Put our golf hole down here, and this would be a bull pennant pattern. So if you like uptrends, if you like bull pennant patterns, and you like this price range down right around the $15 mark, then definitely keep an eye on NIO. Next one, SNAP, Snapchat, had earnings, got absolutely destroyed, but you got to give credit where credit's due. From where it was at these lows to where it is right now, this right here has been a good, very solid bounce. But that does bring about the question of, okay, fine, fair enough, a good bounce, but is there any sort of genuine power? Is there any sort of true strength behind this bounce, or is it some kind of dead cat bounce? And I have no idea, but by using charts, we can make answering that question very straightforward. And in my mind, it all revolves around this area right here at $10.20. Why is 10.20 important? And I'm not saying this is what's going to actually happen, but let's say the price comes down here and then just drops below it. At that point in time, what would you have? Well, you would quite literally have the price having gone right back to where it was. And I mean, not to insult your intelligence, but price movements that make a nice move and then go right back to where they were, not exactly a sign of genuine power. But to be fair, nothing goes straight up. So maybe it comes down here, difference being finds support and then bounces back up. Now, all of a sudden, what do you have? Well, you have a set of lows there. You have lows right there. And if you envision each one of those as stair steps, well, now you have stair steps making progress in the upwards direction. And that's what a truly strong move is going to do. It's going to show signs of progress. Now, I realize just saying showing signs of progress are just words, but that's why I love charts, because they allow you to take words and then assign a number to them. So when I say, quote unquote, make progress, I mean stay above $10.20. So is this a truly strong bounce? Let's see if the price can show progress by staying above 10.20. Next one here, TUP, very, very nice move, and we have ourselves a good solid bull pennant pattern, which we've already talked about. So I'm just going to go ahead and get that drawn into place. So there's our area of resistance, and then right here we have the area of support. So you probably see where I'm headed, and just because I can't help myself, let me change that to green for support, and then just make sure that you see it. Let's keep it one color. So resistance, support, nice upwards move there, golf hole down here. So another bull pennant pattern. I'd say the biggest difference here is this, the price range. So maybe if NIO is a bit too pricey for you and you like to stick down below $5 or $10, then TUP would definitely fit it. So if you like bull pennants, you like stocks down below $5, certainly keep an eye on it. Next one here, XPEV. Again, XPEV. And pretty interesting dynamic here. Opening 30 minutes, just a massive, massive start to the day. Got the gap up. And I mean, look at that opening 30 minutes. Quite literally went straight up. And then the price did pull back. But right here is where things always get a little scary, because you have to ask yourself the question, was this some sort of just gap and trap where it acted like it wanted to be strong, and now this thing is just going to collapse right back to where it was? Always a very valid situation, and if you've traded long enough, I'm sure you've seen some of those situations. But we got our answer, and no, the price did not continue to collapse. In fact, it built this little support range right here at, let's call it the $19 mark. Now, let me be very clear, and I wish I could say trading was this easy. Let me change that to green to represent the support. Just because the price has started to go sideways here does not mean that for sure guaranteed that this pullback is over and that for sure guaranteed the price is going to go back up. My point here is it becomes a whole lot more plausible now that this pullback is over. Case in point, let's say that the thing was still just dropping and pulling back, and I'm sitting here saying, hey, it's looking like the pullback could be over. You'd be completely justified to say, Based on what? What are you talking about? The price is literally still just going downwards. But that's not the case here. It has started to go sideways, so it guarantees nothing, but it does make it more plausible that this pullback is over, and maybe, just maybe, this thing is getting ready to turn itself back around, which is where, in my mind, the key level to watch right there at $19.85. So in some senses, just a small little sideways channel, so worth keeping an eye on moving forward. Next one, AMC, which it's hanging in there, but it's in some senses almost feels like it's drifting back into oblivion. But I'm not going to say that fully because, to be fair, I don't want to get too overly dramatic because the price is still staying up above that low right there, which was during that opening 30 minutes after that news came out at $4.85. But what is, like I said, I'm not going to say it's game over type situation, but I mean, the volume has dropped off so much. It was a situation where it seems like everybody was talking about it. Oh, great, great, great. And all of a sudden, the volume, almost like everybody's forgotten about it again. But again, that's just, kind of just looking at the volume, pure speculation on my part. But point here being, from a technical point of view, the 485 mark is a very important level of support, because if the price were to drop low there, then all of a sudden the price enters into kind of this no man's land, which is where this gap was. And gaps do not have to close, so I'm not making that claim. I'm just saying that it falls into kind of just a broad sense of the chart where, it could very realistically, if it breaks through that green line, then drift down to and at least test that pink line all the way down around 452, which is the 200 period moving average. As far as areas of resistance are concerned, key dynamic now to watch is that trend line right there, which, to be fair, the price is knocking on the door of that level. So can that level be broken? That'll be, I think, question number one headed into Thursday. And if it does, then who knows? Maybe that's the spark that brings back in the volume, brings back in the momentum. But these are the main dynamics that I'd be watching here for AMC. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online class that I'm offering here very soon. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free live online class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box. If you're watching at my site, there's an area right there on the webpage that you can click to get signed up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free live online class. Next one, MNK, and this is why I like to do these when the market's still open, because as I speak, you can see that the price is making a very nice move. The candle is very active. Looking down here at volume, you can see last 30 minutes, volume is coming in nice and strong. You look over here and you can see the volume is increasing very nicely. So point here being, and this is kind of the idea of a watch list, is the idea of a watch list is to find unique, to find interesting situations and not randomly rush out and start buying things, but to watch them and see how things play out. And in my opinion, and you of course are more than welcome to disagree, but when you have volume surges like this all of a sudden, and you have price movements just skyrocket essentially straight up, that's a very interesting situation and worth at least keeping an eye on. And sometimes it's as simple as that, because there really isn't any sort of pattern right now because the thing's just literally going straight up. But could a pattern form on Thursday? Absolutely. So if you like stocks down below $2, you like to play these circumstances where you have a volume surge late day, you have prices going straight up, then I definitely keep a close eye on MNK for Thursday. Next one, ABVC, and we're going to go ahead and just get this pattern in play. And you got to think a lot of people have drawn this pattern, especially that trend line right there. I mean, with those 2 points, both there and there, I mean, that trend line kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. So you got to think a lot of people will be watching that one. And then at the same time, you have this very well-defined level down here at $5, where, broadly speaking, price got close enough, bounced right there, essentially bounced right off of it. So that's the bottom part of the pattern here. And then to just make it one color. So we have our resistance, we have our support, we have the big move right there, and you can see, we'll put the golf foot on there, we have ourselves another bull pennant pattern. And from the volume analysis standpoint, good stuff here. Big surge during the formation of the upwards move, and then if things have kind of consolidated and drifted sideways, a big drop off in volume. So as any textbook or whatever will tell you about volume analysis, you want to see lower volume during those consolidation periods, and that's exactly what has happened here. So once again, if you like sub-$10 stocks, you like bull pennant patterns, keep an eye on it. Next one here, TSLA Tesla, and this will mean a bit more to those of you that watched yesterday's video, but if you did, hopefully remember me putting in that red line right there as resistance. I mean, check it out, the power of charts. Nice upwards bounce this afternoon and rejected right at that level. So I will turn that into a quick advertisement. If you're not signed up for that free class, go and do it. Are charts perfect? No, nothing is perfect, but are they a very valuable tool? Absolutely. And like I said, you have proof of that right here. And if you don't believe me, I'm not offended. Just go back, watch a video from Tuesday, and you will see that I put that red line in play, and that's right where it got rejected. So moral of the story here, let me just get this line out of the way for now. Main area of resistance continues to be that area of resistance, which right now, puts the breakout point right up there around $265. So continue to watch that. As far as areas of support, you got to think that the level that a whole lot of people are going to be watching is right there at 262.75. You can see right there, acted as support. So while nothing is guaranteed, you got to think that a lot of bears are watching that level thinking, you know, if the price comes down here and cracks below there, I can see that creating quite a bit of a tidal wave to the downside. But you're also going to have people saying, well, what are you talking about? It's bounced from there before. So I think if the price comes down here, it could bounce and then maybe get the break. I completely see where those people are coming from too. And that's why risk management matters, because somebody's going to be right, somebody's going to be wrong. Both people have very valid very valid vision as it, you know, relates to that level right there. But in terms of what exactly happens, nobody actually knows, which is why, again, you got to manage that risk. Next one here, TLRY. I'm going to go through this very quickly because I want to respect your time. You've heard me say this before, and as I draw the pattern in play, you're probably going to know exactly what pattern I all of a sudden talk about. So there we have our resistance. There we have our support. So say it out loud. We'll turn this into a quick quiz question. What pattern am I about to talk about? In fact, comment below. Pause. Comment down below. What am I about to call this? We have our resistance. We have our support. We have the big upwards move here. We have the golf hole down here. Yes, it's been a day of bull pennants all across the market, it seems. So once again, if you like bull pennants, you like stocks down below $5, keep an eye on TLRY. Next one here, TQQQ, which is the ETF that measures the NASDAQ. So if you think the NASDAQ market as a whole is going to go up, this one will also go up. The big difference, it just allows you access at a much lower price point and makes it a very popular ETF. And I've been tracking this one very closely. The level here that has not changed from resistance right up there at 44.25 never really came into play today, but nonetheless moving forward remains a key dynamic. The other dynamic here that has been talked about and continues to hold strong, although it got a little messy today, has been that pink line there, which you, as I've talked about in past, is the 200 period moving average. And as I've been talking about the past couple of videos, is that key level of support. And like I said, to be fair, there's been a couple of instances where the price has dropped down below it, but the price has, you know, the bears have never been able to build any sort of momentum. And as I speak right now, actually the market just closed. So the price has now managed to close above that 200 period moving average. So that level continues to hold and hold strong. But I do want to put one more level in play just because I'm more curious and do kind of like a secondary trend line right here, which you can see has actually done a very good job of forecasting these levels of support. So let me change that to green. But you can see right here, we have the first point, and then by connecting that, I'm an absolutely beautiful job of forecasting that bounce right there. So again, real life example of the power of charts. So go get signed up for that class. But overall, that'll be the secondary level of support. Again, main level of support, that 200 period moving average, secondary level of support right there at that trend line, and then the main area of resistance up there at 44.25. So that wraps up the top 10 list. Again, if you like what you saw here, then I want you to go get signed up for that free live class. It'll be very soon, Thursday, July 27th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So definitely go get signed up for it. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, first off, thank you. You guys have been doing a very good job of hitting that like button, leaving comments. So please keep that up. Even if you just say hi or tell me a ticker symbol that you traded today or watching tomorrow, those two things really communicate to me that you're enjoying, and I will continue to make these videos as long as I know you are enjoying. So just do that two things. Hit the like button, leave a very simple comment below, and go get signed up for that free class. Everybody, thanks for watching. Take care.